Well, this St. Patrick's Day weekend, a local group is inviting folks to give a style of Irish martial arts a try. It's called Bataireacht, or Irish stick fighting. Maxime Chouinard heads up an historical martial arts school that teaches it in Ottawa. He joins me in the studio with, two. It looks one of these sticks nearby. Good morning, Maxime. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Okay, so what am I looking at here?
So you're looking at, two of our sticks. So this is actually an antique shillelagh, as people call it. So this is one I actually got in Dublin 2 years ago. Probably an actual fighting stick from the 19th century. And the next one is a stick that we use in our training, in our weekly sessions to train, to spar with.
Okay, I'm going to get to this one, how you actually got this 19th century one but in a minute. But tell us first a little bit about what this is, this stick fighting. How does it work? Why is it important? What's the historical relevance?
Of course. So up till the early 20th century in Ireland, it was Irish people were really recognized, at least in Europe, as being expert stick fighters. This is a martial art that we're not sure how old it truly is, but it really was extremely popular in the 18th and 19th century. And many people commented on how this was a very skillful, a very advanced kind of martial art, really, that people would actually fight against expert fencers and come out on top. And this martial art is almost gone now, unfortunately. I was lucky enough to learn it in 2007 when I was in Ireland, and I'm one of the rare person now that's actually teaching it. And we have the school here in Ottawa that does that. Yeah.
Is it similar to fencing then?
Well, interestingly, one of the names for this in Irish Gaelic is boskin, which means fencing. So there's some commonalities, but it's also a little bit different. Being a stick, there's no edge, no point, no guard. So we have to fight a little bit differently. But it's there's guard, there's parries, there's footwork. So everything you would expect to see in a martial art. Yeah.
You mentioned that you learned in 2007 when you were in Ireland. How did that come to be? It was
a bit of a chance encounter. So I've always been very passionate about martial arts, about its history. It's one of my my specialty as an historian, actually. And when I was traveling there, we spent 3 months in Ireland was traveling with my brother-in-law, and I heard through contacts, through groups online about this thing, Irish stick fighting, and I was wondering if there were schools teaching that. So I contacted a few people I knew, and they told me, contact this guy, he might help you. And that's how I met my teacher, Mr. Ramsey, and he was generous enough to teach us. And when we were finished, it was not our intention at first, but he gave us permission to teach that. And he was
and you need that, do you?
Yeah. And he this was not, again, our intention going there, but we felt that because he was not himself really teaching it anymore, he learned this from his family, we thought, well, we have to do something to keep this alive. So we trained, and then we decided, well, let's start teaching it. And now we have clubs over 7 different countries, and traveling a little bit to teach that around.
Cool. Yeah. And are you Irish?
Very, very distantly. I'm, as you can guess by my name, I'm from Quebec. I'm from Gaspé, actually. But I've got some ancestors, like most Quebec people, that are from Ireland. But yeah, it was. I'm a bit of an outsider in Irish culture, but I've been trying to bring this back. Actually, went to Dublin 2 years ago to help open up a study group for this.
Okay, and this one that you have that you figure is from the 19th century. I mean, it looks legit. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about where you actually found that then.
So it was I was actually going through antique shops my last trip there, and so I spotted this in a stall, and I've been researching this so much that I instantly knew it was probably a fighting stick. Definitely not something that a gentleman would walk around.
Which, by the way, has kind of like a round bulbous end, right?
Yes, that's usually the root ball of the tree. And to make it a bit more potent, sometimes they would put lead into it. And this is also fire hardened. This is really a rural-made stick, probably for what they call a faction fight. So the fights of could be hundreds of people fighting each other at times, and very, very potent weapon.
And if people are interested in getting involved in your Ottawa club, how do they do that?
So we have a website, BAHFF.ca. You can find out all the info there. We have classes on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. And we have our event this weekend on Saturday.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming in and giving us all a bit of a history lesson here.
Great. Well, thanks for having me.
Maxime Chouinard heads up the Bataireacht and Historical Fencing faction. And tomorrow, as you heard, he'll be leading an introductory workshop on Irish stick fighting. It's from 3 until 5 at Jack Purcell Community Centre on Elgin Street. To register, search for Irish Stick Fighting Ottawa in Facebook events, or head straight to the Historical Fencing faction page, which you can find by searching BAHFF.Ottawa on Facebook.